Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Thursday, the 20th of April. With Robert Murray McShane, we keep working our way through the book of Leviticus, today reading chapter 24, various instructions and laws. From verse 17 we read, "If anyone takes the life of a human being, he must be put to death. Anyone who takes the life of someone's animal must make restitution, life for life." And highlighting that people, if you take a human life, it's far more serious. If you take an animal's life, you've got to pay back what you took. And likewise, he says, if anyone injures his neighbor, whatever he has done must be done to him. Fracture for fracture, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. And that sometimes sounds like it's an instruction. If somebody's injured you, you've got to go and do the same to them. Whereas in actual fact, a lot of commentators are suggesting that what it does, this lex talionis, is it limits revenge. Because so often if somebody did something that blinded me in one eye, I would want to get revenge and I'd go and blind both their eyes. And you'd end up with this escalating cycle of violence. And so what this does is says it limits your revenge. You may not do more than what was done to you. If you had a broken leg, you may not do anything more than require a broken leg. And so it limited revenge rather than commanded revenge. And then it's interesting, it ends by saying, you are to have the same law for the alien and the native born. I am the Lord your God. And that's a challenging position to say, it doesn't matter if the person's an Israelite or not, they have the same law applying to them. And one looks around the world today and you see so many places where the underlying thought is that aliens, foreigners, those who don't belong here ought to be treated differently. And God says, no, everybody must be treated the same way. And out of this comes the basic Western principle that the law must be blind. It mustn't look at who you are, where you come from. It merely looks at what the law says and what the actions are and what the consequences are for those actions for anybody. And that finds its roots here in Scripture, where God says exactly the same thing. It doesn't matter who the people are. They need to have the same law applying to them. And so as we go through life, we are challenged, even if we're not involved in law, then we're challenged to treat people the same. It doesn't matter who they are, where they come from, what their background is, what's going on in their lives, how close they are to us. We need to treat everybody in the same way, with dignity, with justice, with love, with compassion. And for me, that's the kind of challenge that is difficult to live. Commanding about eye for an eye doesn't actually affect my daily life. And so that's an easy thing. But when I start thinking, what does it mean for my daily walk? That's far more challenging. So think it through. Be encouraged. Be challenged. Be blessed.